It got hot in here. Did it get hot in here, you guys?
Yes, it did.
Got hot in
You
here.
drank like 2 cups of coffee and now you're buzzing. She's like, I'm buzzing. Do you want Taz's coffee?
I'm ready for the podcast.
She left.
What does it taste like? I don't know.
It tastes like coffee.
Pass it around like
It's her.
It's Tasman's coffee. Welcome to the Excited People podcast. Robbie just stole Tasman's coffee.
It's too sweet.
If you've ever seen Taz without her coffee, it's not a pretty sight, guys. She looks like that thing from a monster.
Oh, that is bitter. Sorry.
So
bitter. That is way too sweet.
Wow, you guys have 2 separate
Taste
people
mine.
drank Tasman's coffee and saw the opposing viewpoints to see that apparently people's coffee is too sweet, too bitter.
Why did you drink so much?
I know.
I didn't.
She said, "Taste this."
I didn't.
And then her face is immediately dislike.
It's so bitter.
So much.
Mine is like 10 times sweeter than that.
Oh no, this is good.
Oh, yes, my man.
Well, because she only put creamer. You didn't put sugar.
You taste this.
No.
I can drink coffee with just putting sugar without putting creamer in it.
I can see it. It's
You can smell the sweetness. If you
I
said
put
Taz's
so
was,
much
if you said
cream in
Taz's
mine.
was bitter, then yours is probably.
it's like you put the Cinnabon in the blender.
Yours is just
with
all milk.
Yeah.
Yours is milk, sugar, and like 2/3 coffee. Not even 2/3. It's like 1/10 coffee.
I like it really sweet.
Yeah, but see, a lot of people like
There's
their
no
coffee
point in
sweet.
coffee.
Yeah, it's not even coffee at that point.
I actually have like this much coffee
Yeah, but this is a big cup.
and like this much creamer.
No, there was way more than that much creamer.
No.
Prove it.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. moving on.
How's everybody doing?
How's everyone doing since last
Good.
week? I'm really liking the new schedule's working out pretty good, and I hope the recording, the last recording that not the last one, but the one before that, was all weird sounding. So this one's better. We have a little things where you can do sound effects. So let's introduce our host. We got Armani. That's me. Thank you. And then we have Robbie.
Your girl Robbie. How you guys doing?
Making a sauce for her.
She gets pictures because she's fancy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and Ashley.
Hi.
It's a gunshot.
Welcome
What? No.
I just thought it was
fired.
shots fired.
Yay.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm back for the day.
Welcome back. It's good to see you again. Loving the hair.
Thank you.
I would apologize. I was not on it this week, dude. Yesterday, I was like, "Is it not the end of the week yet? Please." It was only Tuesday,
I felt like that today.
and I was like, "Please be over." So I'm completely done with this week, guys. I've no idea. I'm in because I thought yesterday was Friday, or I thought yesterday was like a Thursday at least. So I'm kind of like in a void. You know, like by today was Friday. Today was my Friday. So I'm like done with this whole week, just so you guys know.
Yeah, I actually forgot that it was Wednesday. And I woke up this morning and I was like, wait, what am I doing today?
I hate that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to use me and Tyler starting to use our calendar again, which is nice because now not because we started using calendar, but just because now we actually have stuff to put on the calendar. See, she didn't drink all that coffee.
Speaking of calendar, I just put my calendar. Before I came here, I was rearranging my room and I put my calendar up. I moved some stuff and I finally put it up because it was dangling on the side on one nail. So I finally took it to a nice spot. So when I leave my room, I can see it right there. Mm-hmm. Calendars are very nifty.
But I like the one on my phone. See, I'm not I use the one at work just because I have to look at it all day. But I have one at home that's completely blank. I think I got Taz also a calendar. I think she uses hers too.
I use a lot of calendars.
I just start using mine.
I have one on my phone. I have a book, like a book planner calendar thing that I use. I have one on my whiteboard that I've drawn on, and I have one that I bought on my wall next to the one on my whiteboard. Yeah. So I'm just
well, it's good to know that way.
Because I have to see it. I have to see my schedule everywhere, or I will completely forget everything.
I like having it on my phone just because you have it with you all the time, and your phone will give you reminders. Do you set reminders on your phone? And
they kind of annoy me. I just ignore them.
Well, because sometimes I do events. I put stuff on there. I don't put the time of it. I just know, it's going to happen this day. That way, when I look at my calendar, if someone's going to make plans with me, I say, oh, no, I'm already full. Which I got from my mom, which I kind of don't like. When you start realizing there's stuff you do, like your parents, that you just dislike. Mm-hmm.
I do important things on my calendar at home, and then, everything in between.
You're going to start using your calendar because you're going to start having to sync your stuff with your boyfriend?
No, I've been doing that on my phone.
Are you guys calendars? Is it like sync? Because me and Taz.
No, we don't need his calendar sync it.
Automatically sync it.
Not
I'm telling you,
not yet.
it gets so much better.
When he gets his new iPad, we'll do it. iPad to iPad.
Oh yeah,
because he doesn't have an iPhone. So.
Well, yeah. See, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Once you can sync calendars, Robbie, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, everything's so.
I'm
much
sure we
clearer.
can now with his iPad, but wait till he gets his new one.
When's he getting his new one?
I don't know.
Tax return. Everybody on that tax money, like, because I did my taxes. So
Probably.
So I'm all ready to spend my tax money. That's what happens when you get.
It's gonna be large.
Get a wife, you know. It's gonna. I don't know necessarily large, but I mean it's gonna be a nice tax return.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a new phone.
Something.
I'm gonna get new phone. We're gonna get new phones.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Taz was telling me about that.
Yeah,
it's
so
really,
I'm gonna
really
get
exciting.
I'm gonna get that new Google phone because you know Google got me like, ha! Me and Google are best friends, and I kind of secretly love Google a little bit more than I love Taz.
Oh, okay.
So they just do more for me. I'm joking. I love you, Taz.
She's giving you the look of like,
I love you, Taz.
You no longer have a wife.
I was listening to King of the Dot today, and it was like the happy. You guys, King of the Dot. It's a battle rapping.
Oh, okay.
So it's.
I gotta check into that then.
Oh, you should, Robbie. Wordplay.
I like that.
Wordplay galore.
Really?
Wordplay. It's it's in the soul. If you like rapping,
you got me excited now. I want to see it.
Oh no, I'll show you some after. I promise. Like all of those guys bring it. Like it's so because some people will rap it, and then some people are more like spoken with it.
Yeah.
And it is.
I like when they.
It's just word. Oh my goodness! I have to show you. I listened to Disaster versus Dumbfounded. I love Dumbfounded, but Disaster is crazy good.
Really?
Yes, Disaster's good.
I like when it's like kind of spoken.
Yeah, the Dumbfounded is kind of spoken.
The way they project their words, they look at you. They're like. You
because they have to because they have to break some words. They have to break down and say them slower so that you get because if they said it fast, you wouldn't get the wordplay. And those are the best ones. Yeah. Oh my goodness, people be going crazy, and that's why I'm like listening to it's fun too because it's like the way the videos are. It's in an audience, so you know, like when you listen by yourself, you'll be like, "Oh, that was a good line."
Oh, you in the audience? You're like, "Oh,
yeah, exactly." And then one guy's like, "Hey, they count my time, because we were freaking out because he's crazy. But my favorite, Iron Salmon or Iron Salmon, I can't exactly remember. I gotta check it out. Oh my goodness, Oh my goodness, it was just. Like the other guy,
you made me excited. I want to
It's so good. I'll show you after. The other guy
I pick up some verses.
Oh no, Robbie! If you listen to it, it's all wordplay. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. So
I
recommend that to anyone listening. If you like rap or like even like poetry or wordplay, listen to King of the Dot. Go subscribe on YouTube.
I love wordplay.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, so good.
I think wordplay is so important. It makes it all the better.
It makes it all the better. So this week, last week was kind of slow, but I did not want to not have news this week. So I did something. So instead of picking the big stories, I did pick the big stories, of course, you guys. It's going
to be a good one.
We're not going to leave you on the news, but I got a bunch of little stories just to be like, that way we'd always have stuff to talk about. So one of the cool things I saw was kind of about police animals. So there was a police officer in Ohio who is retiring. And so he wanted to buy his canine partner to take him home with him. When she played this earlier, I got scared.
Yeah, his eyes lit up.
Turn around, the popo's coming. The popo.
Typical. Don't get scared, Nani. It's just an app. Anyways.
He wanted to buy his canine partner. So there's an Ohio law. He said he had his money in his hand. There's an Ohio law that if a canine officer is retiring, the partner, which is a human, just so you guys know, can buy the dog. So that he can take him home and retire, in a good home. But there's no law that reverses that process because the police officer is the one retiring.
Can you explain to us the reverse process?
So the reverse is just the law is for if a canine officer is retiring. This time it's a police officer, human officer who is retiring but wants to buy his partner dog. So instead, they decided they would auction off the dog instead of just that way they could find a way to give it to him. And so he was trying
a fair way for the people.
Yeah, because you training those dogs is not like. It's not like, hey, sniff out drugs, dog. Not every dog can learn that.
It's a bond.
It's generally the same type of dog, like German Shepherds and, dogs with good noses and they have to,
It's generally German Shepherds.
Yeah, I see a lot of German Shepherds. Yeah, that's mostly, I think because they got both the nose and they're vicious, you know? Because they also can protect. And so they said they would auction off the dog, and so he started a GoFundMe so that he could fund the dog, buy the dog. I don't know who else was bidding for this dog. He said only police officers and like other stations can auction for the dog.
Man, if they knew that he was trying to get his dog, they must have been some douchebags trying to get the dog.
That's what I'm saying.
You raise enough money and then they go higher, and there's like that one douchebag that's just like, I'm getting the dog for no reason.
It's funny because he said he wanted to raise $3,200 to get the dog.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, why is that your starting point? Why is your starting point so high? Like, who else wants this dog? But I think because like other precincts can, and so I guess it might be a good dog that other people want.
Maybe, like you said, another precinct might want the dog.
So he started a GoFundMe to raise the money, and so you know how those GoFundMes go. Like any type of stuff that is for a good cause will get money like that because anyone can just contribute $2.
We're not talking $10,000, $15,000, right, money?
No, we're not. We're talking big money.
How much?
He wanted $3,000. He got $64,000.
$64,000.
And so he said, usually when money goes over.
That's for him to buy the dog?
Yes, that's what's for him to buy the dog. And he said, because usually, when funds go over like that, people, it's proper to tell what you're going to spend the money on. So he said whatever he doesn't use, he's going to donate to an organization that makes bulletproof vests for dogs.
Oh.
So
That's really cool.
He's a really cool guy.
Yeah. I've never heard of dogs having bulletproof vests.
Do you have a lot of dogs? Well, no, they don't want dogs.
Do I have
You never seen a police dog bulletproof vest?
I have.
You've seen them.
I'm going to buy my dog a bulletproof vest.
That'd be cool.
I should.
What's your dog's name, Robert?
Tipsy.
What happened to Coco?
Coco? Gave her to a home because we couldn't have her and Pop there. They didn't get along.
And she was full of energy. Yeah, she was full of energy.
Vicious. Well, she wasn't vicious in a bad way. She just didn't know.
She was
how to
strong.
Her
she was strong and full of energy.
She didn't know her power.
So she was like,
she was squad dog for a second.
Did you have a lot of dogs?
I have 2 dogs, but I actually did want to
get a bulletproof vest for them.
Get my tiny little stump-legged Pomeranian bulletproof vest.
Heck yeah!
It was so hard.
I think it would have been cool to get Pac a bulletproof vest.
Oh yeah,
he would have looked hard.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, oh yeah.
My other
with
dog
the name and everything.
Pac would have looked dope.
Pac, come here, boy.
Get him a little bandana.
My other dog might look kind of cool, but she's bigger.
My mom always put a bandana on him. He always had a bandana.
Aww,
that's
poor
cute.
Pac. Rest in peace.
We don't want to talk about
Pour
that.
Pour one out for the homies.
You know what? Speaking of Pac and my dog.
Wait, Pac is your dog, right? Oh no, your dog.
He was my dog.
Yeah, Pac was your dog. Yeah.
We had to put him down.
Sad day.
Anyways, so he was my hiking buddy too.
Oh,
it would just be me and him always go on hikes and stuff.
Keep you safe.
And I haven't had him. He got put down in July.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't went on a hike since.
Aww.
And on Monday, I went on a hike up to Ramona.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first time without him, I went up there and I kind of...
Do you get scared?
No, I didn't get scared. It's just, he would always...
I would be scared.
He was my motivation. When I would slow down, he would keep pulling me. Yeah. And when he would slow down, I'd keep pulling him and we'd make it up.
Oh,
you know? Nice. But I just had like a little sentimental moment, but yeah.
I would feel safer if you had a big dog like Pac with you.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be attacked. We know there's Bill Cosby's out there.
It was during the day. It was in the morning.
Wow.
Well, still, you're going to a remote location up a mountain.
Yeah, with some Bill Cosby's.
Get yourself, bring your dog with you. Just so they can at least make noise or something.
Yeah.
I feel safer.
My Tipsy's too prissy for that. She'd be like, "Oh my gosh, what is this? Is this dirt? What is this?
Is this a rock?
What is that thing crawling right there, Mom? We gotta go. We gotta go.
This is a rock under my paw. My paws. I just got my claws done.
I know. She did too. That's funny.
So in Holland, and I thought this was funny because I was like, so they trained a bald eagle to take down drones and unmanned air vehicles or something like that. UAVs
to take down drones.
Yeah, but I thought it was funny. At first, I was like, "That's so America. That's so America."
It
That's
is.
very
So be like
intelligent.
bald eagle.
That is like,
But it's actually in Holland, which is I mean now it makes it smart.
That's smart.
Yeah, now it makes it smart. And I was like America.
because it's in Holland.
Well, yeah, because Holland.
Imagine you see a drone in the sky and you see just a bald eagle coming. Bam! Just like.
I think they use bald eagles because they're literally the biggest bird out there. They can grab any.
They can pick up.
And there was
dogs.
a video of it. There was a video of it, and it snatches it out of the air. It's crazy. So I'm like, I'm waiting. They haven't put it into practice yet, but they're still training the eagle, which I think is cool because it's a policed eagle.
Have you?
That's like a TV show or something.
Have you ever seen
police eagle?
Like eagles pick up dogs. It's like the
I've
scariest.
never
thing.
seen an eagle pick
It's
up
like
a
the
dog.
scariest thing ever because they just like swoop down. They're like, "Oh, you're my dog now," and then they like drop it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's how eagles kill their prey, right? They drop them from very
they just
high
like
up.
pick the dog up and it's like, wee.
I don't think it's wee. I think it's going, oh God! I don't think it's like, wee, I'm flying. This is what's. Oh wait, now I'm falling.
Aw.
Dogs are stupid. They
They're
probably
like the pterodactyls of our time.
Yeah.
Someone told me a hawk picked. He had
Hawks
a
are huge.
hawks. All
Yeah.
birds of prey are scary because they swoop with like this. They swoop with intention.
Have you-
Like they swoop at like full speed and just
They do.
whoop, whatever they're trying to go after is just gone.
Have you ever seen an owl like in pursuit, just like in
No, I
with
don't
its
look at
wings?
one
And
One more
it's just
time,
like,
Ashley, do it again. Just
Dude,
do it.
she killed it. She even made the face. She looked right at the mic. And was like,
I stinking love owls. Just like
likes owls.
they're magnificent.
Do you ever like look at owls online in slow motion?
Oh my goodness, it's like
her whole YouTube
glorious.
search is just owl slow
It's
motion.
glorious. Have you ever seen one like swooping down like in pursuit? It's like, yeah. It's like, you are mine.
Speaking of
love
things
it.
that
It's
pick
really
up dogs, though. Speaking of things that pick up dogs, there's a Chinese restaurant in China.
Wow.
I think that's the greatest segue ever.
Wait, hold on. Before you mention that, max speed for a bald eagle is 75 to 99 miles per hour.
Ooh,
Diving.
See,
Picture that.
Diving.
that's why they would
Picture
take out
that.
UAVs, though. You know, it'd be scarier if they could find out if like the eagle picks it up and then like flies it back to whoever's flying it. That would be scary. I watch it like
Their
look at you.
wingspan is 5.9 to 7.5 feet.
They are big.
I want one of those as my friend.
Why?
Like if Darian were to
Oh, I
lay
want an
down,
owl.
imagine like 3
Yeah.
more feet.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's a
Two more
giant bird. And you know what's funny is like you
Sorry.
see them and
Sorry,
they
Darian.
look like she's compared you to a bald eagle. You're winning. Wait, he's winning. I thought
Yeah.
he's almost taller than a bald eagle. What's better than that?
I just
Being taller than
I
a
think
bald.
birds are just so glorious.
I'm not like a bird person. They're bird people. Like Ashley,
I'm
but-
not a bird person.
You did.
I
You just said
really
we like owls, and you
owls.
did the whole thing.
I just really like
Owls
owls.
are birds of prey.
Have you ever
It's
seen
something
like
that birds of prey.
baby owls in their fluffy
so
cuteness?
cute.
Babies of anything is cute, guys.
And then
That's
and then
true.
You go from like the baby owls; they're still stinking cute when they're all big and vicious.
Baby animals
still
of
cute.
anything are cute.
Even when they're all vicious, they like are still adorable in my eyes.
Well,
They're very wise animals too.
that makes it. They are very.
It's another
wise.
reason I like them.
I thought they made that up though for like cartoons.
No, they actually are very
Well, they just use
Smart.
echo. technology.
echolocation.
Anyway, about this Chinese restaurant in China. So they were making a very special concoction. Okay, their food was special.
Concoction.
Well, I shouldn't say concoction. Their food was special, not just because it was
Not
made of dog,
not a good special.
But I'm joking.
They definitely
It was
put
the- it was-
secret in there.
Yeah, the
The
secret-
ingredient.
They put opium into the food.
Word?
Some good drugs,
Mm-hmm.
man. Some good stuff. And people
was
really
this
liked
Chinese
it. It was in China. And people couldn't figure out why it was so good and they were so addicted, but
It's got addictive.
but they found out that it had
qualities.
opium.
No offense, but their eyes must have been lower than what
They must have been like,
they probably couldn't.
why do I keep going back? Why do I keep going back to Kung Pao?
Why can't I keep this away from me?
So what's you guys' favorite Chinese food? Because I love Chinese food. We may not be in China have like authentic Chinese food, but we all have what we get.
favorite like Chinese restaurant or just the food?
I go to Mr. Yu's all the time, which is it's
that's the only place that I go in town.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you usually get?
I usually get orange chicken and lo mein.
You know, it's funny because I was thinking about people mostly get the top 3 items are going to be
orange chicken,
noodles.
Well, the noodles and rice you get automatically, but you get the orange chicken, sweet and
sour
chicken, and the teriyaki chicken. Yeah.
I like the
I like the beef and broccoli.
I like the.
I do like beef and broccoli.
The what is it? The black pepper.
Okay.
The black pepper chicken or that one where they have a bunch of pepper in it.
Yeah.
I like that one so much. But
yeah,
last month, back in December, I went to Panda Inn for my first time.
Ooh.
And I fell in love with their Chinese food.
That's good.
Where is that?
I went to the one in Ontario.
Okay.
I went there. I think it was called Samurai Shrimp or something. But it was shrimp. And the shrimp was nicely glazed with red peppers. And it was red chili pepper.
Oh, yeah.
And so... Oh my gosh!
You're making me want shrimp.
It was spicy, but it was
edible at the same time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. So that's my favorite spot, and that's my favorite.
That's
now,
I like that. We have a little tiny shop. You guys ever drive down Florida when it turns into Homeland area? You see those little train cars? Mm-hmm. That Chinese place is so good.
I heard it was really good. I'm gonna have to try it out.
The guy basically ordered stuff for us. He's so cool. He's so cool. You get there, we're like, oh, we want this, and he's like, and you want this. And we're like, what? He's like, no, trust me. And then we ate it all, and we're like, that was good.
My cousin lives around the corner from there. So.
Oh, yeah, you should go there.
Okay.
Yeah,
We should take a field trip.
So, guys, that's Super Bowl.
I gotta get my permission slip signed. Just let me know.
Your permission slip.
Get my permission slip.
So, what do you think of the Super Bowl, Ashley?
Ooh!
Oh, dab on him.
You guys can talk about this.
We're joking. The Super Bowl has not happened yet.
It has not.
Exactly.
Because this
Those are our predictions.
This post is on Monday, so we wanted to let people know that we predicted it before. Everyone, not everyone. I don't like to say everyone, because there are people who want Denver to win, but Carolina, best season.
They're hot this year. Man, they're
playing
so hot.
super good. I saw a fact that they're saying Carolina, the top 5 ranked defenses, Carolina went 4-0 against them. So that's amazing. But some facts about this year's Super Bowl. Of course, Carolina's going to be playing Denver. But the facts I got, because I'm a Charger fan and I just want to shame Denver, I got some facts about, Denver in the Super Bowl. Denver has the most lost. The team that has lost the most in the Super Bowl. So Denver's been a lot of times that has lost the most out of teams that have gone to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, so what does that tell you?
Yeah.
They're going to lose again.
Yeah.
Anyway, another fact. we may all remember, this was in our lifetime. Mm-hmm. Denver getting blown, not even blown out. Can we just say that was utter destruction against the Seahawks in the Super Bowl 2 years ago? Yeah, it was Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yes, what is it? 45-7, 47. It was 47-8 or 45-8. Something just obliteration.
Yeah.
Denver. Out of the top 5 blowouts in Super Bowl history, Denver has 3 of them, including last year, which was just a massacre on all fronts. So I want to get everyone's predictions. After I've shamed Denver, and we all know that they're going to lose. Ashley, you are the most... You don't care about sports. You don't even know about football.
I do care about sports. I just don't know a whole lot about them.
So who do you think is going to win?
What is it between?
It's Carolina Panthers.
And Denver?
Denver, yeah.
Because I don't know anything about the Carolina Panthers, I'm going to go with Denver.
Why would you do that? I just told you stuff about Denver!
Dropping facts!
I don't know anything other than what you told me.
Yeah.
I like the Broncos.
Okay, that's good. Peyton Manning.
Valid, fair enough.
Yeah.
It is in San Francisco, so they do have... Peyton Manning doesn't play good in the cold, but they have a super good advantage because they're playing in... You know where the Super Bowl is this year? The new Levi Stadium in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be quite warm. It could be. It's this Sunday, February 7th.
So he'll probably do better since it's not.
Yeah, so he'll probably do better. But Cam Newton these are the two. These are
deadly.
The players. Yeah, Cam Newton is his team because at the beginning of the season, everyone was like, Cam Newton can't make it. Cam can't do it because it was only the people on that team that were good, that are notable players, were Cam Newton, Luke Kuechly, and Greg Olsen. And their top wide receiver, who they got last year, Kelvin Benjamin, who was phenomenal, was injured. The rookie that they got, Darren Funches, didn't turn out to be as good as they hoped he would be. And so their team was just people were not expecting good things from their.
They didn't.
They did, but they went.
They came up.
They went undefeated the longest this season. I think they were 14-2, I believe. The 15-1. I can't exactly remember right now. I should have wrote that down. But prediction, I'm definitely predicting Cam Newton to go up out there and to dab all on him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
He better have a filthy dab though. He got to.
He does. He has to step. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl.
I bet you he has like a dab for each.
He's got to. He's got to be prepared for it.
Out.
He's got to be prepared for it. This is a Super Bowl. You have to just mad dab on it. I saw this picture. It was a bunch of retired old people. And they were like, "Go Carolina!" So
were they all old
like some of them were like sitting
dabbing?
on, you know when you have a walker that you sit on.
Yeah,
there's a group of them like sitting on their walkers,
grandma
like
has one.
dabbing.
Yeah, I seen an old lady on.
So you guys know who's performing this halftime show?
Who?
No, I don't.
Are you excited? Do you ever excited for the halftime show?
I never watched the halftime show.
Why not?
I just avoid it. I don't know.
Katy Perry did a good job. Madonna did horrible. Katy Perry did a good job.
Yeah.
After 2014, I didn't care because Bruno Mars blew it out the water. Bruno Mars was amazing.
Did you like his?
I
wasn't particularly thrilled. I wasn't super stunned because the halftime show before they used to be like bands who were like rocking out, and now they're like pop stars. Yeah. And so I'm like, pop star show is part of the effect is being there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this year it's going to be
again.
Beyonce.
Again?
When was she there?
I thought she was...
She was there in 2012?
Yeah.
Was she?
2013.
No, that was Madonna.
No.
She's when the lights went out?
When the lights went out?
The lights went out, she was performing?
That was Beyonce?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Was that last year? No.
I know Coldplay and Beyonce are the two names that I heard when they were talking about the Super Bowl halftime show.
I don't know if it was last year.
She may just be showing up to perform with Coldplay. I heard Coldplay was going to be doing something.
Coldplay's there. I'll go to the game. Just for Coldplay. They don't actually watch the halftime show.
I mean, I guess, I don't know what to say here. But we ended up, as I said, we ended up, Super Bowl is going to be, I think it's going to be a really good season. Two good defenses going up with each other. So it could be a real low scoring, but defense are going to be on point.
I don't know.
Have you seen? This is the thing.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a low score game.
You think it's going to be high?
I think it's going to be probably 17 to 24, maybe.
Ooh. The reason why I say that
Carolina.
Because cool.
Hands down, Carolina.
I see, the reason why I say that is because Peyton Manning has this stupid thing that he does where he'll score in 3 minutes. Your team will just have scored and gone up. They'll give Peyton Manning the ball. He'll score, and then he just jogs right off the field dude, I hate you, Peyton. He's gonna throw a 40-yard touchdown because we're also forgetting Demaryius Thomas is one of the fastest wide receivers out there, and one of the weak points that Carolina has is their cornerbacks.
Yeah,
Luke Kuechly's insane. That whole middle is going to be locked down, and that's kind of how Seattle was coming back on them. But they're going to be playing so hard, and they're going to be out there to get it. And so these are our predictions, our final predictions, because it's going to be posted on Monday after the Super Bowl, so we'll know if we're right. Mm-hmm. I'm saying Carolina. Ashley?
Denver.
Carolina, man.
Go Panthers. And let's do a significant. Everyone, I want you to dab right now. Ready? Dun, dun, dun. Dab. Mm. Right there. That was all for you. All you guys listening to the podcast should have dabbed.
I think it dabbed the wrong direction.
There's no way to dab on.
I clashed with yours.
Yeah, she just high-fived me while we were dabbing. She was
dab 5.
Dab 5. So, when I read this next story, I originally was thinking, this sounds like something from out of a movie. And there was a movie, it wasn't very good, about this. But
I think there was.
You guys ever hear about, you guys know what a designer baby is?
Yes.
Doesn't that sound creepy?
It does sound creepy.
It sounds.
All I picture is the baby with a bunch of labels on it.
That's me too. I was thinking like a Louis Vuitton baby.
Yeah. Goodness.
Maybe women. Maybe you know those women with the designer purses always looking all fabulous.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll carry their babies if they.
It's like it's like a purse dog or like a. What is it called?
Oh, yeah, like
what
a baby,
is it called?
like a Louis Vuitton. Your baby matches.
It's like
a
no when you like. What is it called?
Yeah, lap dog, right?
Like
a Chihuahua in your purse.
No, there's like an actual
like
word for it. There's an actual word for it. It's like when you carry your dog around just so that people can see you carrying your dog.
Your tote?
I know that. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's an actual word for
Don't
it.
stress it.
And then when people carry it around babies, just so that people can see them with the babies.
Well, yeah, they're called mothers.
No, it's like when I carry around other people's babies so that I can feel
pretend like you have a baby.
No, I can't. It kind of just
she breaks for the door every time, guys.
No,
it's starting to get ridiculous.
It gives me some sort of like
mother pleasure
hierarchy over
other women,
everyone else, because they're not holding the baby because I have the baby.
You're so weird. That's so weird. I've never felt like that once in my life.
It's like
I have a baby. I am higher than you. I usually hold it. Like I imagine my baby, I'm gonna hold all the time because I'm gonna love that baby. I like other people's babies, but I don't like them until they can, do stuff that's interesting. When they're just little babies, I'll hold them for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, take this.
No, I just love babies.
It does not.
I like carrying them because it's like
babies.
This is cool.
Superior.
I can't wait to make a sandwich with my wife. We're gonna make a sandwich.
Sometimes it's that, and sometimes it's just because I love the baby.
A delicious sandwich. That's
okay.
Fine. That's fine. Well, designer baby, just so people know, we actually didn't talk about that yet. A designer baby, a British scientist was given the green light to experiment on editing the genes in an embryo. Meaning people will be able to basically edit their baby before it comes out so that it can be born looking the way they want it to look.
That's like a pre-order
genetic
exactly.
engineering.
Like when you order a pizza online and you make the pizza and then you send it in and then you go pick it up done
exactly.
and ready.
It's like genetic engineering.
You get to make it how you look how you want. I think that's funny because it's like
that's kind of
we
scary.
all know there are gonna be so many light-skinned babies.
That's kind of scary to me
because light-skinned people are they're beautiful. But I just want to see someone be like, can I get a black baby? Like some white lady with a black baby.
just walk into a doctor.
Can I get number 4?
Can I get the
little?
Can I get
like a number 4
I
with
want
like
some
number
blue eyes.
6's eyes?
I want green eyes. I want some green eyes. I want a little mocho skin. I want curly hair. Put that curly hair on top.
But I don't want it too coarse.
Don't make it too coarse. Make it like some medium texture with some nice curls. Like the wash and wear.
Design the hair first.
It's like the wash and wear. It doesn't get frizzy.
First off, that's going to cost a ridiculous amount of money, which will get you some good money.
I think that's something that you find in Dubai.
So would you guys, would you design your baby? Oh yeah, of course, Dubai.
No.
Would you design your baby, or do you feel like natural?
Natural. I'd like it to look like me.
Yeah. Me and Taz have been played Sims. Taz is doing most of the stuff. I'm kind of just sitting there watching. She's super good at that game. I don't know how. We have 7 people in our family, and somehow no one has died yet. Anyway,
Sorry, go.
No, we had kids in that game, and so some of the kids look, we designed our 2 people, so some of the kids look nice, and there's the one girl came out, and she's just ugly. And we're like,
how does that happen?
Exactly, and we're like,
it happens. Some
I feel
are not
so
cute.
bad for her too, because I'm like, oh man,
not all babies are.
Like, and she's one of the triplets. The other 2 triplets are, decent looking, and she's just ugly.
She got the short end of the stick.
She got like all the. Maybe it's her makeup. I can't decide. I don't even know what's wrong with her. So, would you leave something like that up to chance?
If I could pick how my baby would look, I wouldn't pick something out of the ordinary. I would pick, for example, if I look at Darion and then I look at myself, I would pick and choose his features and my features.
Yeah, that would be better.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be like, hey, here goes all the features ever. Pick one. I think they make you pick out of the two. I would hope.
Out of your
I don't think they'd be like,
features.
okay, this is how you two look. This is your parameters. You can't get no book. Like, I hope they don't just let people walk in there and be like, you know what? I want my kid to have advantages in life. White baby.
Like, I don't want to. I don't like if I get to pick my kid. If I get to like
design
my own
Sounds
kid.
creepy, but
I don't
yes.
want to. I don't want to feel like I'm walking into Five Guys. I
Yeah.
want to feel like I'm going into McDonald's where it's a limited breakfast menu.
Yeah,
you know
just
what
a
I'm
look.
saying?
The
Like,
worst part
during-
too. Imagine if you had unlimited option. Like there, you would be like.
I'd be like, make him a ginger, give him some blue eyes.
I just know that there's gonna be people who do that. Like imagine like.
They're gonna go above and beyond.
Imagine like,
Yeah.
but like imagine if you could control how tall they get to be.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
many more
That was-
basketball players.
That's what I was gonna
You're
say.
gonna be
Well, I
having
want
like.
my baby to be tall, but not that tall.
Imagine a new level of sports athlete though. Like if they even applied it. I didn't even think. We were just talking about the Super Bowl. What if some like athletes, because they would have the money to do something like that, started saying, "Oh yeah, I want my kid to have this long, powerful cat." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But
like,
I think at the end of the day, I don't think I would even try to because if I really sat down and think about it, like I don't want to bring this subject up as a matter of like what controversy.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, I'm not trying to question God's creation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not our place to question the creation like that.
Exactly.
To be like, oh, let's put.
Yeah.
It's not even up to debate for me either.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something
I wouldn't even want to discuss.
But I mean,
that.
hey, if I didn't have a conscience, why not? I'm just saying.
If my conscience was non-existent,
I
then
call
maybe.
those Taylor Swift arguments when people say, when they turn the whole argument around on the other person. When they're like, you know what, Robbie, I just thought you were better than that. Like it was a Taylor Swift form of argument. Because that's what she did to Apple when they said they weren't going to pay artists.
Oh, really?
She was like, I wouldn't expect a big company like Apple to expect artists to pay for fee. Not for me,
goodness.
but for the little guys. I just thought they were above that.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, we're going to be paying the artist. And I was like, Taylor Swift was just like, say something mean.
But speaking of babies, so what if these babies don't go far?
Don't go far. Oh,
I'm just saying they might die.
People do
They
that.
might die.
People
but,
die every day.
I mean, on the contrary, there was this mom. I don't know if you guys heard, but this mom finally got to hear her son's heartbeat after his death. He died in 2013, and she's from California, and she finally got to hear his heartbeat for the first time.
Oh,
yeah. So when he died, I don't recall what he died from, but she donated his heart to a child that needed a heart transplant. So for the first time, it was a girl in Arizona. She's from California. They called her. They went to Arizona, and they put a stethoscope onto the girl's heart, and the mom of the son got to hear it, and she just totally broke down. And I just thought that was like something beautiful.
That's super sweet. That's nice of those people.
How would you
too.
feel if you can hear
your son that you never thought
because
never
it's
got to
literally
hear.
it's literally his heart. It's still his heart.
Her son was a baby, right?
Yeah.
So he died before she could even.
That'd be a crazy
hear
experience.
anything?
I don't know.
No. She was able to hear.
Oh,
but when he died,
he lost him.
Yeah,
so she got to.
She donated the heart.
She recognized it
to another child who needed a heart transplant. So she finally got.
So it's just the first time since he died.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's beautiful. I think that's
really sweet.
So nice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, those people. That's nice of those people too to be like, hey, come to Arizona. I mean, I don't know. Like, how do you approach that though? I don't know if I would do that because, like, I'm one of those people. Like, once something passes, I wouldn't be able to do it again. Like, I might take tasks so that she can do it, but I would like, please don't, because I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna be a baby again about it,
Yeah.
Just because you never want. I was listening to Hamilton. If you guys #Hamilton, greatest play ever. Anyway,
still haven't.
But yeah, everyone should listen to it. You should have heard it. But what you call it? The song where Alexander Hamilton's son dies. Was so touching, and I asked Tess, like, what would you do if our kid died? She's like, that's so morbid, why would you ask me that? But I'm like,
I think I would cry.
You just think how sad that is. Like, think about how sad that would be to lose your child.
That'd be tragic.
I think that's the worst thing I can think of.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's so
I'm not trying to be
horrible.
biased or anything in any type of way, but I think it'd be harder on the mom.
Yeah.
Than the dad.
I think so too. Like, that's what happens usually with, what's it called? What's it called?
Postpartum
depression. Yeah, because you had something
because you had
part
to,
of you.
It was literally attached to you for 9 months.
A piece of your body for 9 months.
You had to carry that child.
Dads don't have postpartum depression, so I mean, definitely mothers have a different bond.
If they did, it'd be right after the deed, you know?
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh my god.
That's the greatest image ever.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna start telling Jazza, postpartum depression. Leave me alone.
I did the deed and now I'm depressed.
No wonder guys want to cuddle.
They do. I'm so depressed now. Oh my goodness, this is the greatest. That's the greatest
this
image.
Took a
ever.
turn for the.
That's
for the
so
weird.
good.
This just took a turn for the weird.
Oh man.
Oh my.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
That's so great. So we were talking about designer baby, so I thought of a good segue because designer babies, like I said, sounds like something from a movie.
Yeah.
Very futuristic. There's this movie, if anyone ever heard or seen Cloverfield.
Mm-hmm.
Really good movie. I thought it was the first handheld movie. Yes.
I thought it was a show.
Well, no, that's the thing. Okay. So Cloverfield is a movie, and the thing I wanted to talk about was the Cloverfield virtual reality. For those people who were into like that, I was before the generation when the movie came out. I wasn't on computers and doing like right now I'm doing a podcast, and so I'm like more integrated into like the computer and searching stuff online. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely trying to find stuff about this Cloverfield virtual reality. But for the previous movie, there was a lot of story, so there was a thing they did to advertise the movie because the commercial just came up, and it was a super short commercial, didn't really say anything about the movie, kind of like Inception, I didn't say anything. Mm-hmm. So what the Cloverfield, a part of the advertisement was, they created a whole backstory. So there was stuff online that was a backstory telling you what happened. So there was about some type of company who was digging for sea nectar, which powered the slush. Like you guys hear about J.J. Abrams was one of the producers in it. Do you guys remember they were talking about the Freezies that was in the Star Trek movie?
Okay.
So that company in Cloverfield made those Freezies. Oh, so that's why everyone's like, "Oh, J.J. Abrams bringing back a little bit of nostalgia." Because I think there was a Freezy in Star Wars too.
What is it? You guys got to break it down for me.
So the virtual reality basically is it's a on the computer story. So the movie came out to the preview. So the virtual reality was basically like you go on the computer and there was a website that you would go on that was kind of a blog post. But it was a blog person pretending like they were a character from the movie. They were an activist and they were searching out and they were trying to stop this company from digging in the water. And so the company put a thing over New Jersey out in an oil rig that was digging for the sea nectar. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of learn the story like, oh, we're going to destroy it. We're going to bomb it. Okay. And so you kind of learn about those characters, the activist characters who don't want this company who sounds super evil, like when you learn about it. And then they blew up the thing, and so that's what set this creature free. That's what woke this creature. And then the movie started. So it was kind of like a reality that you would only know about if you were dealing with it on the computer. But it didn't diminish from the movie. We actually got it so we can watch the first one. But the reason why I bring this up is because there's a new movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you saw the commercial for. I'll show it to you after. It's called 10 Cloverfield Lane.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it looks so awesome. If you see it, you'll agree with me. It looks very awesome. And just like the other commercial, it doesn't really show you what happened. It doesn't explain anything about what's happening.
It doesn't give any spoilers.
Yeah, so they are a lot of people, like I said, I was listening to a podcast
Sounds interesting.
Called Cloverfields, which I think you should listen to if you're interested in following the VR. Or the guys are basically they're hoping that the new movie, because the company who makes the new movie come out, they didn't say, oh, we have a new VR going with it. They didn't say anything about the first one. Mm-hmm. So there's called Swamp Pop, a soda called Swamp Pop, that people are assuming has something to do with the VR. Mm-hmm. And so if you go on their website, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll check it out. Because it's just, the commercial was just out
VR?
last week. Virtual reality. So it's a backstory for the movie.
Okay.
So, but it's all secret. It's all secret and hidden. Because I went to the website and they were talking about the people. There's like a Reddit and stuff. Like anyway, so the people were talking about how if you order the Swamp Pop, the company, they made a bunker stash. Like one of the packs that they sell is a bunker stash. Mm-hmm. And in the commercial, they're in a bunker. So people were like, "Oh, is this related to the movie?" And then people were ordering like the Swamp Pop because they're trying to, and they're not going to tell, they're not going to come out and be like, "Oh, get some Swamp Pop," and there'll be like a secret. But people were ordering it, and so people online are saying that in the commercial they were doing a puzzle, and there was lots of pictures of the Eiffel Tower because people broke down this commercial because they're trying to figure out where the story will lead to.
Wait, so does this lead on to a conspiracy?
All of this conspiracy, that's what I say, it's a virtual reality. There is a conspiracy, there's going to be kind of a conspiracy story behind it, but it's not real. So you don't have to be worried about terrorists attacking them crazy.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just
but they
a
were
conspiracy person. That's
they were
why I'm
sending,
like,
you should follow, okay. They were sending people, when you ordered the pack, they were sending people small puzzle pieces with the Eiffel Tower on them. I went on the website because I was like, this sounded so awesome.
What is the website?
I went on swamppop.com, I think. I looked up Swamp Pop. The website was just created in 2016. So I'm thinking it's very new. And they said they saw the Swamp Pop bottle was in the movie. And so I looked at the website and I was searching, trying to find something weird about it. Because I was like, okay, it looks very normal. And I looked up Find Stores. And on the Find Stores, it shows location. And then there's this one spot that's just lit up and there's like a little man in it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, what's this? So I zoom in. I zoom. Mm-hmm. And it's like some church in Louisiana. What? Exactly!
That's weird.
It's weird. So you're like, okay, is this connected to anything? So I look up the church, but I'm at work, so I can't like delve into it. So I'm totally excited to follow this, to see if it is anything, because they're not. So they're gonna, like I said, the podcast is called Cloverfield. It's got Steve Zaragoza and Mike Falzone for people if you want to look it up. It's also on Spreaker. Check it out if you are interested in following this VR, because it seems like it's gonna go places and they're gonna help, study, and they'll tell you things so you can also try to find your own stuff. I'm very excited about it. So if you like conspiracies, you can follow this, and it'll all lead up into the new movie.
Okay.
I'm super excited. As you can tell, my rambling.
So I would have to watch the first movie.
You wouldn't have to, but it would help. I'm sure it would help.
So I'm looking up Swamp Pop, and nothing popped up.
Really?
What? You look up swamppop.com on Google?
Yeah. It said Safari cannot be found or opened.
Whoa.
Refresh it.
I already did.
Did you look on Google? Don't distract me like that.
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
Maybe it's been taken down.
No, why would it be taken down? I
don't know.
It's just people. And, oh my goodness. Don't scare me like that.
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy.
That's
weird. You're
distracting me from. We're supposed to be doing a podcast right now. Okay. No, I found it. It's called drinkswamppop.com. So that's what it is.
Okay.
A town named after Plump Sweet Satsuma. Learn more. What's that? Satsuma? Soda? What's Satsuma?
So you guys, it's been really cold lately.
Oh, you're distracting me.
It's been really cold lately. No, it has, because we had the heater on last night, right? Mm-hmm. And it didn't even feel like our heater was on.
Yeah.
And it was just like so cold.
So just so we can clarify, we live in California. So 30 degrees is cold for us. I don't want to hear anything from you New Yorkers, okay? I know you had a blizzard, but it was 30 degrees in our houses and we were cold, okay?
That's during the day.
I know, they're like, that's... Yeah. Anyway, I don't care. It was cold for us.
All of the people from Canada keep coming into my salon, and because a lot of Canadians come to Hemet for their holidays.
What do they call them?
And they take like
snowbirds.
Snowbirds. And they take like 3-4 months at a time staying here, and they stay at the mobile home park.
Oh yeah.
Across the street from my salon. So they all come over and they're like, "Wait, you're cold? This is nice. We have a blizzard going up there in Canada right now." Well, this is some nice hot weather.
They need to.
And I'm like, no, I am freezing.
They need to calm themselves down.
I can't cut your hair because I'm freezing.
Well, I was talking to an Alaskan.
Oh, an Alaskan.
And man, it was, how cold was it that day? It was 45 degrees that day. Mm-hmm. He was in shorts and bruh.
They come over in shorts and a t-shirt. Shorts and a t-shirt.
They really do need to come.
Yeah. I did have one person, two people, they were like, "Wow, it's really cold here." They're from Canada, and it's usually cold, and they said it was cold here, so it must be cold. If they say it's cold, then it's cold.
You guys know what February 2nd is. Everyone should know. I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
February 2nd is Groundhog Day.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Yes.
No.
It's an awesome movie. I love it.
Is it good?
Please explain.
Yes.
Amy,
You've never
seen it.
seen
No.
Groundhog Day?
It's funny because I asked someone if
No.
they've seen it. They're like,
Oh,
I've seen it way too many times. I'm like, isn't that the point of the movie?
I can quote
I'm
it.
like, isn't that the point of the movie though? But I kind of want.
It never gets old.
It does. It's one of those good. It's Bill Murray at his best.
Oh, okay.
He's
okay.
trapped. He has to keep reliving Groundhog Day
Bill Murray is amazing.
Oh, okay.
until he changes. And
I might have seen clips of it.
I was listening to the writer of Groundhog Day was talking about it, and it was he's talking about people were always asking him, oh, how long was he trapped? How long was he trapped? Blah 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 blah. And so he goes, there's an ancient Chinese proverb that says it takes 10,000 years for a man to change. And so he's like, it was 10,000 years. That's how long he was trapped.
For 10,000 years.
Yeah. And I was like, that's an awful long time to trap somebody in.
That is...
I would hope. And I was like, that's crazy, first off.
That is not nice.
It's kind of horrible.
It's kind of a little bit messed up.
It's a little bit exaggerated, too.
Like
so
a
I
lot.
hope he meant figuratively 10,000 years, because 10,000 years... I'm glad they didn't show that in the movie, because that'd been boring.
10,000 years later.
But, so February 2nd, they have groundhog, and apparently they have hedgehogs do it, too, which I don't know
Really?
why. They said, yeah, some of the hedgehogs were doing it, too.
And it's a
How many-
legitimate holiday.
Yeah, it is.
How
But I
many
mean, we're
pounds
getting
in a
off
groundhog mound? If a groundhog mounds, hog mounds.
Okay.
Pounds,
yeah,
hog mounds. It's like...
Don't ever try to say that again. That's never going to work.
That's what happens if you ask Siri, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Mm-hmm. She'll say... Actually,
Don't try it again.
She'll say, actually, the correct term is how many pounds in a groundhog mounds if a groundhog pounds hog mounds.
Yep, I told you not to say it. So apparently,
because woodchucks are actually groundhogs, apparently. So,
well, yeah, I mean hedgehogs.
Wow.
Hedgehog, go. Hedgehog, hog. Okay, anyway.
okay.
the way that it works is if the ground... I was confused about this at first, too. Do you guys know what happens if the groundhog sees its shadow?
Then, isn't it supposed to be like Groundhog Day forever?
Or
is it like
Groundhog sees its shadow with
Winter-
Groundhog Day forever?
Oh, winter lasts.
Winter
Forever.
persists for 6 more weeks.
Okay.
Oh.
No. If the groundhog
Right?
sees it, if the groundhog sees its shadow,
No, that's just
there'll be
superstition.
more winter. There'll be, of course, it's just superstition. But people celebrate it, and there are festivals and all kinds of stuff.
It's big on the East Coast, right?
Yeah, super big. Well,
That
that's because
is
they
just
get
some
winter.
malarkey.
Over here, we're like, it doesn't matter. Forget the
Do
groundhog.
we even have groundhogs?
Forget the
No.
groundhog. We don't care if it sees
We
its
don't.
shadow.
So we check the palm tree. Shout out the palm tree.
If the palm tree is leaning a little bit further than it's supposed to.
Is it windy outside? Yeah, we don't care. So on the East Coast, there was a lot. So the first one I got, his name was... I can't say his name, so I'm not going to try to say it. But the one that was kind of mostly widely reported on, I don't know if he's like the groundhog, he didn't see his shadow. So therefore, he reported that there would be an early spring.
How do you measure if the groundhog
That's
sees
what I
its
said.
shadow? How can you
apparently
tell?
they scare the groundhog out. If there's a shadow, they assume it saw it.
Yeah. It's like a 10
You're like, I
second
didn't
event.
see it.
She says a 10-second event.
The groundhog's like purposely avoiding the shadow. Be like, what? No,
I know.
I don't see it.
In Bambi, I remember the groundhog had his eyes closed, was covering his eyes.
I can't see it.
I don't know. I'm not confirming this for you guys again.
No.
But they had multiple groundhogs, hedgehogs do it. Out of
funny
8
how
groundhogs.
It's
that's
so
what it was.
funny how people base their
So
winter or
On
spring on a
animals.
rodent.
I'm sure they don't.
on a rodent.
I hope
On the
scientifically they don't. I hope that it's just like
On-
people's superstition, just so people have something to care about. I
It's
guess.
just superstition.
Basically,
It all is
They base it
superstition.
off of whether a rodent can see his own shadow.
But they said that some of the groundhogs have been a lot of the groundhogs have been accurate in predicting. Apparently, whatever that means.
they even have names for these groundhogs.
Oh, they have so many names.
Woodstock Willie, Buckeye Chuck, Jimmy the Groundhog,
Jimmy the groundhog.
Dunkirk Dave.
Real original.
Yeah.
They have like hillbilly names, and that's what's funny.
Yeah.
So
Wait, this one's funny. Balzac Billy.
So some
Nice.
hedgehog, like I said, it's hedgehogs and groundhogs, and so six of them reported that we'd have an early spring. Oh, she's reading these names.
Okay.
What is it?
You gotta
What
say
is
it.
it?
Yeah,
What
I
is
have to
it?
try to say it.
Oil Springs Ollie.
Okay.
They make it rhyme. It's a rhyming game.
Nibbles.
Nibbles.
Winnipeg Willow.
Oh, it's like Winnie the Pooh, but sadder.
Mm-hmm.
Winnipeg Willow.
Chesapeake Chuck.
Oh.
Pierre.
So
Pierre.
did all these woodchucks?
That's it.
Kind of sophisticated.
Did all these
Flat Iron Freddy.
Did a lot of these woodchucks did they test them? Did they see what they got?
Yeah, they have the year, the prediction, early spring, 6 more.
Yeah, so we got a lot of them that said early spring, and then on the report that I saw was out of the ones that kind of in the New York area. 6 of them predicted we'd have an early spring, and 2 predicted that it'd be 6 more weeks of winter. We're in California, so more winter, yay!
We really don't care.
I know people would hate us, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get...
I like winter, personally. I like to wear sweaters and
Yeah, it is
long
nice.
pants all the time.
I like California winters because we get to wear jackets, but it's not too hot to kill you.
Yeah.
Because
And it's
you know,
not too
it's not
cold.
too cold. Yeah, it's not too cold to like
You get
freeze you.
a light drizzle.
I don't like rain. Though.
I love rain.
Yeah, rain.
When I'm not driving.
Rain makes me sad.
When I'm not driving. It's actually been depressing me lately because we've had a lot of it.
We had 2 days.
Rain has never depressed me before, but it's making me a little depressed.
See, that's what you
You're a
get from
typical
California.
Californian.
Yeah, California
Because
can't handle
I
it.
used to love rain though so much. Every time it would rain, I'd be like, yes, no PE. I was in high school.
Wait, how old are you?
How
old are you?
12 to 20.
You're
Okay.
12 to 20?
12 to 20.
She said I'm 12 to 20.
No,
I'll
I
be
wasn't
20.
saying it to be mean. I just really want to know how old you were.
Yeah,
The
well-
No,
high
but,
school
like-
reference was
Yeah, it is real low.
But when I was in high school, I'd be like, yes, no PE. But even like lately, I'd be like, yes, I don't have to go outside.
I just don't like it. It makes me sad. And
But yeah, it's actually been affecting my mood lately.
okay, I want to get to this
Never did
last
that
one
before.
before we end. This last one is super interesting, super topical, just because there's been a lot of. There was I talked about that how to making a murderer show that was on Netflix. There's been a lot of things talking about crime. So they just got the statistic in from Michigan State saying there's a record. The record number of people were exonerated.
Wow.
From prison this year. So exonerated, for people who don't know, means proved not true, I guess. So people who were convicted of a crime, they were released because it was proven that they did not commit the crime.
Okay.
So in 2005, there were 61 people who
61.
were exonerated. And in 2014, there was 139. And then last year, there was 149 people who were released from prison. And so you would think... And at first, when I was reading this, I was thinking, "Oh, these are people who, they were in prison for a very little bit. The appeals court, and they got out because they didn't do it." But the average time of the people who served in prison, the average time for the people that were released this year was 14 years. 14.5 years.
Years.
And some people were on death. Some people were on death row.
Oh my goodness.
They were gonna die. Basically.
And then they found out.
And this
they
is
were
not just like,
innocent.
oh, this is a review of the evidence. People going, oh yeah, they didn't commit this crime. And it said, and this article is very interesting because they listed some of the reason why the people would be wrongly convicted. Like one of the things that said, misconduct. Misconduct. It's misconduct. I just can't.
Misconduct?
I can't say those words together for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Officer misconduct. There was an officer. Let me see that
I
real
don't
quick.
like his name. Officer McConduct.
Misconduct is what it is. But there was an officer Ramirez who lied and claimed claimed that somebody confessed to a crime. Even though they did not.
Making false accusations.
Oh,
Yeah.
the officer had Okay.
The officer...
I just
it's
got
the
it. I was like,
term.
wait, that's the
that's
name.
why I don't know why.
No,
they
I
say
understand, but I just didn't catch that.
that. Yeah.
So officers falsely claiming things.
Yeah, so he claimed that she
did not
confessed
happen.
to a crime. He part of his testimony on the stand was that she confessed
When she really didn't.
during interrogation, even though she did not. And so that's why they put her in prison.
And they just found out like 14 years later.
Yes.
Or more.
They didn't say exactly. I think for her it was like 23.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's like almost my age.
And so another reason, this accounted for 20% of the people who were exonerated this year were based on false confessions. They were sentenced to prison on false confessions because...
So they were forced to confess something that they didn't even do.
Forced to confess because there was a lot of things where they keep people in interrogations for 14 hours, denying them food. They would tell them, we have evidence. We already have the evidence.
It's really sad.
We just need you to tell us. We already have the evidence.
Yeah, it's really sad because that does happen a lot. It's like bad cop, bad cop.
And a lot of
there's no good cop.
A lot of the people that were released this year,
force it out of them.
It says the defendants were either under 18.
Oh, man.
So they were just a kid. Under 18, just a kid. Or they were intellectually disabled.
Wow.
So 70, if you have an IQ under 70, you are labeled intellectually disabled. You're disabled. You're not smart enough, pretty much, if your IQ is under 70. A general person can score 110, 100, between 100 and 110 on IQ tests, just like a normal person. Mm-hmm. Or the people who were convicted were both. They were kids. They were coercing to confess.
Of course,
to a murder.
they weren't going to have that high enough IQ because they were just kids.
They were just
some kids can't even hit that.
That's the thing. Even like a normal kid could know. Oh, don't confess because they say they have something.
Yeah,
they're tricking these kids without they're interrogating them without adults present. Without representation.
That's not even...
And they're saying, it's too late. They don't need representation because they didn't ask for it and they didn't...
Yeah, and they probably already have the evidence and the crime to be like, you did it. That's
exactly.
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
And they just have them in there for so long and they're just like, I just want to go. Can I just confess and go?
Yeah, there was one of the stories I was talking about was one kid.
Even sometimes when people do confess, they still keep them because of the confession.
Yeah.
Because you tell the truth and not be like, you told the truth, you're going to leave.
There was a kid, if you remember Brendan in that Making a Murder, you guys should watch it. Everyone on the podcast, go watch Making a Murder on Netflix. Mm-hmm. One of the kid's cousins, they were like, Stephen Avery did it. Stephen Avery's the only person who could have committed this crime. He's the only person, blah, 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 right? Blah, blah, blah. Then part of their big thing was that he could do it alone. Yet they were prosecuting his. If you hear this kid talk, clearly he was mentally disabled. They show the interview where he's just like, I guess, I guess, like, it's horrible to watch. Like, they're just picking on this kid, and he confessed that he helped Stephen kill this lady. It was terrible. And so then another thing is guilty pleas. So the way that people plead guilty to avoid harsher punishment. Because DA will say, we're going to give you 70 years in prison for this. Mm-hmm. Or you can take just 30.
If you confess.
Like, if you confess.
I'm going to give you a deal, but either way you're screwed.
Or one of the things that they threaten people with mostly is the death penalty. Mm-hmm. They say, we have enough evidence to put you to death. But you can take this plea.
You want to put me to death for something that I didn't even do,
but they say they have evidence.
Somebody else's
there's
death?
evidence. There's evidence to prove that you did it.
Quote unquote evidence.
Exactly.
But there's not really.
But it's a threat. They're like, do you want to take your chances and go to prison and die
for somebody I didn't even kill
and die? Yeah. You can lose. That's the thing. You can lose a court case that you. It's proof. These people got exonerated. It's proof that you can lose a court case that you didn't kill.
Yeah, but they're picking on people.
They are. They're picking on people. The one guy they're talking about. They sent him to prison for 60 years instead of killing him. Because what happened, he was running away from someone, and he hopped in a cab, and the cab driver drove him away, and that person that was chasing him killed the cab driver for helping him. But then they pinned the murder on him, saying that he killed the cab driver after he helped him escape. They found out that it wasn't true now, but he served like 30 years in prison.
Just for jumping in a cab.
Because he pleaded to it, because they said, we can put you to death with the evidence that we have.
Because they made him think that they...
And this one, I have to share. This one is the most heinous to me. This one, I can't go through all of them because there's so many, but this one is that there was no... People are put in jail because there's no crime committed. They didn't even commit a crime. The story, there were 3 men who were convicted of arson. The person who owned the building said, I saw 3 men leaving the building before it caught on fire. Mm-hmm. So they found these 3 men. All these men's wives were like, no, we were there with them when this building was catching on fire, or when you said it was proposed to have caught on fire.
So they had alibis.
They had alibis saying that they were not there, but one of the fire marshals said that there was multiple points of ignition. The building caught multiple places caught, so it had to be 3 men. They were convicted.
They could have. One person could have.
They were convicted.
They were convicted of the arson. They went to jail for it. And so no, it's not even the worst part. So they went to jail for this. One man died in prison.
Wow.
Another guy is blind from untreated diabetes. He went blind in prison, and the other guy, they just got out. So the two of them got out. They were released this year. When on the deathbed, the building they had an expert say that the evidence was confusing, and the fire marshal shouldn't have said that there was multiple points of contact because so and so happened.
Right.
So that was part of it. So it wasn't just like.
So it wasn't even 3 points.
It wasn't even. And the worst. This is the worst part.
The fire marshal had it wrong.
The building owner who says she saw 3 men leave the building before it caught on fire was lying. She never saw those 3 men. On her deathbed, confessed that she lied. It was for insurance money.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. See what money does to people.
Confessed that these 3 men went to prison, not even.
So there was no
there.
video or anything.
No, it was a long time ago. These guys were in prison a minute.
They never even.
Yeah.
These guys were in prison a minute. Never were there. And on her deathbed, she confessed that she was lying. So the 3 men got out of prison this year.
Poor guys.
And I was like, how? They weren't even like
disrespectful. That is so.
I am so angry over this one story.
How do you guys feel about our current justice system after hearing these stories?
It's ridiculous.
149 people in the United
States
were released this year, and these are after crimes committed a long time ago.
I would sue.
That is so ridiculous.
I would.
Okay, of course, those people they're gonna sue. You have to sue.
Yeah.
Because loss of life, loss of wages. There's so much stuff.
I'm thinking like, where are the wives of these men? Like, if my husband were to be falsely convicted, best believe I would.
That's why they got out.
I would be there.
That's why they got. There's an organization
fighting for my husband to get out for something he didn't even do.
There's the reason why it takes so long is because the appeal court first goes to the judge of. Basically, the judge that put them in prison.
Yeah, but the system is what drags everything on. It could be dealt with in a matter of time. I'm not saying days, but in a few years, rather than these.
Yeah,
as long as this held on.
Exactly. It went way too long. Guy's finally out of prison, and it was the horrible part about it is that she was lying in the end. Like they just believed her over them.
Yeah, it was a one-sided.
And they straight believed them over the wives, saying, "Oh, their wives would lie for them." Which I understand, but most of the evidence was that the lady said that eyewitness, and there was so many more cases of false. People's memories are horrible. There were so many more cases that we didn't have time for, but people were arrested on false memories of witnesses. Eyewitnesses said that was them. Wow. Claimed that it was them and said, "Oh, it's that person."
They probably got a chunk of that change too.
Yeah,
it probably when they get changed. It's just like if someone tells you one of these people did that to you, and you only remember a little bit about that, in your mind you're going to connect the dots and say, "Oh, that person." Mm-hmm. And there are ways, and this was like an actual fact. There are ways that officers set up to make you pick the person that they think it is.
Yeah,
they set it up a certain way.
It's all psychology.
It's all exactly, and I'm like, that's
all psychology.
Why would officers boast about that? If it's like, so you're basically telling people that you're tricking people into identifying.
Yeah,
like,
they're persuading them to believe something that's not even
crazy,
true. Just
crazy stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's rigged.
It just doesn't make me believe in this system.
That's all psych. Mm-hmm.
So we're going to leave you guys on that. I was excited to hear about that just because I know we're excited people podcast. I was excited to hear about that because it shows that people are getting out.
That's a good thing.
People are, they're not living their whole lives in prison because of something. It does suck that they have to spend the time they do.
Quarter of the rest of their life.
They will, but they're getting out and they prove. And also I feel like even if it's not necessarily the money, you get money back will help. But just proving to all those people that were your close friends and family who were like, you got convicted, you must have done it. Like those people who turned their back on you.
Yeah.
Just to be able to go to those people and be like, go to the people who did believe me, like, thank you for believing in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prove now that I did not do it. And those people who were pretending, who were like, oh, yeah, you'll be like, yeah, we're done. You know who your real friends are for fake conviction. There's no way you come out of that being like, yeah, where were you? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ridiculous.
So next week we'll be back with the excitement of the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, we will be talking about the Super Bowl. Dab on them. So I want to leave everyone, of course, we have our email, rbloodlinefilms@gmail.com. Let's also use that for the excited people. Follow Robbie on Twitter, on Instagram too.
Instagram and Twitter.
I think you should do more quotes. She's been trying to do less quotes on Instagram, but I think you should.
Yeah, I want to do a lot more of what's behind the quotes, like my pictures and stuff, rather than just the quotes. So,
but you'll
I'll do my picture. I'll probably do my picture and then put the quote at the bottom. But yeah, go follow me on Instagram at crazybeautifulrobbie with the K, and my Twitter is at this.
And I'll get her information. Make sure I put it in the description so you can do that clicky thing that you guys like to do. Follow Ashley at Grizzly Dino.
At Grizzly Dino on YouTube. Instagram is. I'm just gonna say it without the accent. Arani Rogue. It's
do you know how to spell it?
ARANYROG.
Yes, it's.
I'm gonna say it without the accent.
The Japanese accent.
It's Hungarian.
Say it in the accent so they can hear it.
Arani Rogue.
There you go. It's better than saying.
I like that.
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, BDMafia25.
Also my Twitter is Ashley Caitlin.
Another thing I want to give a shout out to my poetry friends on Instagram. Go follow them at The Poets Tree. And there's a period in between the and poet and tree. So the poetry, there's a period between
poetry, right?
The poetry.
The poetry. We'll try to put them in the description.
The poet
too.
and the tree.
The period poet period and tree.
Give them a follow and tell them why you're there. So that way they know we hooked them up.
That is a good play on words.
If you see something you like, just comment and be like, "Yo, Excited People Podcast directed me towards here." Give us a shout out. Let them know that you love them.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure that we let everybody know.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna leave you with. We usually do a rapid fire question, but I want.
Do you do that?
No, we don't. But I wanted to ask not very rapid fire, but just real quick. So I'm gonna ask real quick. What do you think you would go to prison for? Real quick, the first thing that comes to your head.
Assault and battery.
What about you, Ashley? Driving too fast. I'm joking. That was a joke. She drives slowly.
Ashley, I drive really fast.
Ashley doesn't think she'd go to prison.
I would go for
come on.
For lying.
For lying.
For lying about something.
Like fraud.
Yeah, like fraud.
Yeah. Okay.
Like money laundering or something.
Grand theft auto or assault and battery.
Mine would be like money laundering.
Mine is scary, guys. I feel like I would be in jail for like mass murder. Yeah, like
a murder spree.
Like I would either be a serial killer or like I went to like a public event and was trying to kill as many people as possible.
Yeah, I feel like
I would never, of course.
How would your setting be?
Well, I would be trying to beat the number. I would be trying to beat the the record. I'd make sure I look up the record so I could try to beat it. Yeah, see, if I was you and I were to go to an event, I would go to the highest building, sniper it out, and just headshots. She said, "Oh my god, I don't know how to use a sniper." I'm just saying. Nobody does here, but I'm just saying, like that's how I would do it, rather than just like nobody know where it's coming from.
I'm not even gonna try to think of how I would commit my crime. I'm just gonna say,
your crime was like she's all. We're all talking about real crimes here. She's like, money laundering. Lying.
No, money laundering.
No, she'd be like Leonardo DiCaprio on Catch Me If You Can.
Yes.
Would you?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I'm sorry, officer, I didn't.
I'm sorry. Grand Theft Auto.
I'd be like $2 in this account. I'd be like $2 in that account.
Peace out. I'm excited.
Bye.
Until next time, y'all.
Until next time.